Hi guys, Tortletalk here, making an appearance on camera for probably the first time, I'm not sure. This video is basically about me and where the hell I've been. So, a while back when 8th edition first came out, I started making Sisters of Battle Tactics videos again, and they were like a first look kind of thing. And I actually recorded quite a few of those, and I ended up putting out only about half of them. So basically my plan now is I would like to get those sorted and get them out. Now they do take quite a lot of editing, and that's part of the problem because my PC actually died in a big way, and it was quite a few months before I was able to recover everything that I had on there, including the footage. I've only just got it back. There's still a problem with one of them that's editing, so to be honest I'll probably just reshoot that, and I need to go through the others and potentially reshoot those too. So it could just be bad regardless. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can still get that footage, but you know, if I can't then it's tough. Yeah, even that doesn't really excuse the gap there's been. So the other thing that I need to cover basically is that I haven't really been playing 40k much lately. Part of that is because I only have limited time I can actually play games as it is. Part of that is because I've been very focused on other projects, which eats up my time, and unfortunately that eats up the YouTube time as well. So that's part of the reason you have that. The other thing is that I feel like, and I've had this before, that people kind of view me as the Sister Battle guy, and there isn't really much out there on YouTube, and I do feel this responsibility almost to get Sisters of Battle stuff tactic out there. The problem is 8th edition was new even to me, which means there's still a learning process there. Like when I first started doing Sisters tactics, it wasn't just because there wasn't really anything out there, it was basically because I'd had enough experience with them and I'd noticed a few tricks to shove that out there basically. And if you've been with me since the start, which most of you probably haven't been, I actually started with Space Marines tactics, even though I was playing Sisters at the same time, and that is a result of that. I'd been playing them for longer, and I knew more about Marines, so I like to know what I'm talking about before I make a video on it, because otherwise I'm not really doing anything good. But the first impressions things for Sisters was essentially a stopgap almost before I went into the full tactics. By now, I still haven't played Sisters much. I played them basically only about 8 games since 8th edition's come out. Otherwise, if I played 40k, it's been my Eldar. I've not played Space Marines at all since 8th edition came out. I don't really like the whole Primaris Marines thing. I just couldn't be bothered to spend so much upgrading the rules on everything, so they have been completely shelved for the time being, and to be honest I'll go back to them one day, but not just yet. I haven't played Tau at all, for much the same reasons. I had a very thematic list, and it probably hasn't translated too well, although to be honest I haven't even looked at the Tau as it is. Again, I'll pick them up at some point before. But one of the things I really wanted to do was bring my Eldar back, because I hadn't played them for all of 7th edition, and I've managed to get that going. I've like redone the paint jobs, they look way better, and I was really excited about playing them in 8th edition again. For the most part that's exactly what I've done. So I have basically been playing Eldar when I've been playing 40k for the most part. I know, heresy, right? Having said that, I took Sisters to a local tournament, and I haven't lost with them in 8th edition yet. I've lost like 1 game total, which was one of the first games I played with the Eldar. Other than that, I haven't actually lost a game yet, so the data I'm getting back isn't amazing. I haven't actually played against Space Marines in 8th edition, believe it or not. I've played against Space Wolves a few times, and Blood Angels once, but I haven't actually played against Space Marines, which is kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like 8th edition isn't picking up as much as it could be. So I'm just saying, like, the information I'm getting to work with isn't as much as it could have been in previous editions, so I don't want to just release shit. So that's the situation, but what I want to talk about is basically what I'm going to do with Tortletalk going forward. So one of the things I would like to do is diversify the channel a bit more, because obviously if I'm not playing 40k then I can't really put any stuff out there. but I am playing other things. So I've been playing a lot of X-Wing and the Fantasy Flight games. I've been playing Imperial Assault, a game called Frostgrave, if anyone's heard about that. Been playing that here and there, which is quite a fun little game. There's other Games Workshop games like Blood Bowl and that kind of thing that I played, and role-playing games and that kind of thing. And there is some role-play content on my channel already. There is the whole Traveller thing, which unfortunately finished prematurely, so I didn't get to finish that campaign. But I am actually running a Pathfinder campaign at the moment as the GM, and I'm recording that. I've edited some of the videos already, so that's going to actually be released as and when it gets done, and try and keep up with the story regularly, basically. So there's basically going to be some roleplay content going there. And I'd like to diversify a little bit more. So I'd like to do things like, I did the Shadow War review. I'd like to review some of these other games as well. So if you are new to the hobby or that kind of thing, or you just got 40k in your life or something like that, there's a little bit more, maybe other games that interest you, you know, for an alternative, that kind of thing. It doesn't always have to be 40k, you know. So I'd like to do a couple of things like that, just off some thoughts. I'm basically going to expand what I do tactics on, because it used to be Marines and Sisters, and then Sisters kind of took over. I'm going to do more general kind of tactics, but I'm also going to do Eldar tactics, especially because when the Index came out, a lot of the people who were Flavour of the Monthers, basically, kind of jumped ship a little bit. They might be coming back now, but there's still a lot of units in the Eldar Codex which are very, very good, but people don't really use them, and I've found ways to use them, that kind of thing. So I'd like to at least get those out there, because there isn't really anything out there at the moment. And eventually I'll probably get around to some of the more obscure Tau things, but I want to make clear that I will still be doing Sisters content. As I say, I'm going to try and get that footage back, but failing that, I'll probably just go into what I actually know. I'm going to talk about the tournament list I used, because I managed to win it, so that helps. It's obviously fairly effective. Things changed in Chapter Approved slightly, so only a couple of things here, so maybe I'll do something like that. I might do some X-Wing videos, but I'm very much a casual player. I joined a tournament in January, but that will actually be my first X-Wing tournament. However, I do alright at X-Wing. It's a very different kind of game, and to be honest, I'm probably just going to kind of do like a review thing on that and how it is now and how to get into it kind of thing, more than actual tactics videos, because there's a lot of those out there already, and I don't really think I can offer too much there. I might do the odd one if I see something that I don't really see elsewhere, but you know, I'm probably going to do a bit more roleplay content that isn't just recording sessions either. I'm going to maybe do some GM tips and that kind of thing. So all in all, we're going to have a lot more diversified content. So I understand that this might not necessarily be what you particularly want, but the way I'm looking at it is, at least I can produce something here, more or less all the time. And from my perspective, like, no Sisters videos, but some other videos is better than just no videos at all. So that's the ethos I'm using to go for it. Regarding no Sisters videos, however, my schedule has changed recently, which basically means I have more time to focus on the YouTube stuff. It's not a lot more time, but it is more time, and it's more regular. So that basically means I have some time allocated every week, which can go onto YouTube, which is editing and filming, and, you know, all that kind of thing. And it actually takes quite a lot of time. My internet connection is pretty shit, which doesn't help, because that means it takes a long time to upload things, and if anything goes wrong in the upload, which has happened a few times, then basically I have to start uploading again, and that can eat up a lot of time. Usually when I'm uploading, I'm trying to edit and stuff at the same time, but you know, it just basically takes time. Where I could be uploading a bunch of videos, I have to do them one at a time, that kind of thing. Other stuff I might do is battle reports. Battle reports are quite awkward because they've been requested quite a lot. The problem is that finding someone to do a battle report with, a lot of people can be quite shy on camera. Alternatively, a lot of the people at my gaming club, you don't need stuff painted, which means a lot of the stuff might look crap, to be fair, and people don't really want to see that for the most part. I mean, maybe, but I'd rather, I mean, even my armies aren't usually fully painted, so I'm sure people would prefer to see something nice. And compared to like production values of other things, I feel like I'm not really offering much. All I can really see is that it could be useful for showing my tactics at play, especially with sisters, and I see the reasoning behind that. The other problem is finding a decent venue which isn't too noisy, it's got decent lighting, that kind of thing. But I'm going to do my best to at least get some sisters battle reports up there so people can kind of see how I use them and that kind of thing. I'm going to try, okay? But it might be a while, because the other thing about battle reports is it takes a lot of freaking time to sort them out. That's the reason you don't see battle reports on my channel. I've got one on the channel, and I used to do them in text form, but again that took a long time as well. So that's the only real thing stopping me. That's basically it for this video. So please stick with me, see if you like the content. You know, if you don't, that's fine, let me know. If there is something specific you want to see on the channel, or you have any questions or anything like that, then, you know, send me a message, you know, send me some comments. So starting with the new year, you should see some more regular content put out. I'm going to try and get at least 3 things out every week. Occasionally that may drop slightly, but I'm building up a backlog of videos that I can at least drip feed out there. So hopefully there'll be something to watch fairly often, at least. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you soon on another video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.